We are going to get started on chapter 30, Messages from Around the World. The last chapter, chapter 29, was titled Filling in the Blanks, and that was just kind of them going through the timeline of everything that had happened between the time she had been shot and the time, that they're at right at that moment. So, Messages from Around the World. Fiona Alexander brought me a bag of cards. It was Eid al-Azha, big-eyed, the holiday when my family went to Shangla. So I thought, how nice. Friends have sent me cards for Eid. But how did they know where I was? I wondered. Eid sounds kind of like their Christmas. So that's probably what she's thinking, like, oh, Christmas cards, like we would think. Then I noticed the postage dates. 16th of October, 17th of October. These were the days right after the shooting. These cards had nothing to do with Eid. They were from people all over the world wishing me a speedy recovery. Many were from children. I was astonished at how many cards there were. You haven't seen anything yet, Fiona said. She said there were 8,000 letters for me. Some were simply addressed, Malala, Birmingham Hospital. One was addressed, Girl Shot in the Head, Birmingham. There were parcels, too, boxes of chocolate and teddy bears of every size, but her most precious of all, perhaps, was a parcel sent by Benazir Bhutto's children. Inside were 2 scarves that had belonged to their mother. There were messages from government leaders, diplomats, and movie stars. Selena Gomez had tweeted about me. Beyonce had wished me well on Facebook, and Madonna had dedicated a song to me. There was even a message from Angelina Jolie. It was exciting, overwhelming, and because my brain was still not working right, confusing. How did Angelina Jolie even know who I was? While I was in a windowless room, unaware of what was happening in the outside world knew exactly what had happened to me. Fiona told me that over 200 journalists from around the world had come to the hospital to see me. Except for that one day when I tried to watch the BBC, I hadn't seen the news since I had arrived. But now I understood. I was the news. People had been praying for me. Dr. Fiona and Dr. Javid and all the wonderful doctors and nurses in Pakistan and England had saved my body. All these people's prayers and support had saved my life. How amazing. While I was feeling so alone in this hospital, wondering about my family, worrying about how we could pay for my care, people from all around the world were worrying about me. I didn't feel so lonely anymore. I couldn't wait to get home and tell Moniba about Angelina Jolie. And that's the end of chapter 30.